Wow. Will here with Sullivan Auto Trading, and this has got to be one of the nicest 2015 Wranglers that I've seen in a very long time. Just pulling it in here, I like to do our videos inside under these lights because we don't miss anything. And my goal today is to go panel by panel and just make sure we talk and touch every single blemish that may or may not be on this truck. Also talk about some of the great things. I can already see this vehicle has Toyo open country tires, which are about the nicest tire that you can put on one of these Wranglers. And lots of really cool ads. So we're gonna talk about some of the aftermarkets today, talk about the condition of the vehicle, some of the things that stand out, and just make sure that you, prior to making the trip up here, or if you're shipping the vehicle, what shows up in your driveway is what is what you saw in the pictures. So without further ado, starting from the front, this has an aftermarket bumper that is in exceptional condition. It's not banged up, dented, scraped anywhere. It has PIA LED lights on the front. All of the switches for the lights are right above the sun visor inside, which we'll get to. The plastic fender flares look excellent. They're not scraped up, scratched. The hood looks excellent. I don't see any dents or dings anywhere. The lighting we're under is the same light that if you've ever had paint correction or paintless dent repair, this is the same atmosphere that they lighting atmosphere that they would use to find and discover dents and to work on those. So it doesn't miss anything, which is nice that we can pull it in here and look at it through this lighting. The Rubicon letters look great. The headlight housings are crystal clear. You do have aftermarket headlights, so that these have been upgraded. I'm sure they're a whole lot brighter. The fog lights are crystal clear with no condensation. And this rugged ridge bumper is just a really nice touch. I love it. Because this is a Rubicon, you can see the upgraded suspension right there through the wheel well. No rust on this vehicle, nice black frame. The driver's door is in great shape. We open it, look at the door edge. I don't see any imperfections there along the door edge. The rocker panels look good. It's nice because you have these Nerf bars, but you also have this cover right here that pans along. You get a different angle here that protects the rocker panel. So if you do take this off-road and you end up in a rock situation or you have a clearance situation, this is going to protect the vehicle. It's going to protect this whole rocker panel and everything underneath. Plus, with the Rubicon package, you get suspension lifts, skid plates, the whole nine. So that just pairs really, really nicely with the OEM package that it has. Driver's side door in the rear looks great. No scratches, dings, or dents. And then the quarter panel on the back of this Jeep looks excellent. When I take this angle and I look down the side of the Jeep, I don't see a blemish anywhere. I don't see a scratch on the plastic fender flares, and I don't see any damage on the front or the rear bumper. The gas lid looks good. Tail light housings look great. There's no water in them. I keep mentioning condensation of water. With Jeeps, it's important that you look because they can definitely get some in there. Rear bumper looks great. Here's a shot of that spare. They even went ahead, got a matching fifth wheel and matching tire. This tire alone is probably $500. I'm not kidding. They're the Michelin of oversized tires. And what's nice about, Toyo open countries is they're quiet and they don't cut very easily, and so the Jeep doesn't walk all over the road when you're driving it as the tires wear. Moving along to the passenger side quarter panel. No scratches, dings, or dents. The rear side of this top, all the way across, looks great. Couple little imperfections along the bottom, here and here. We took some black touch-up paint, which we can do for you, and touch that up. That would really set this off, but that's merely from just taking it off and putting it back on. But it's not damaged, just a little bit of paint chip. Quarter panel looks great. Passenger side rear door looks excellent. Passenger side door looks great. Passenger side mirror housing looks excellent. You have your antenna mast there. They even have rigid lights up here. I mean, I bet this thing would light up an entire football field at night with all the lights going. And they're just super, super powerful. And two of the best brands in, the Jeep accessory world. Pia's been doing lights for a very long time, not just in Jeeps, but in trucks, and so is Rigid. They're very, very bright. And now we're back around to the front. This Jeep is in exceptional condition. I mean, and we'll go back and just speak on it one more time. As I look down the driver's side and I go around to the passenger side, for a Jeep that's built like this, I think this is more of a mall crawler, because there's not a ding, dent, scratch anywhere on it other than the bottom part of that top, and that's probably just from taking it on and off. This thing was very lightly used. As we go around and we do the wheels and tires now, wheels are in excellent shape. No signs of curb rash, even it'd be hard pressed to try to curb rash one of these with the size of the tires. To give you an idea how much tread's on this, look, this is my finger. That's a lot of tread. These are probably about 70% tread. Here's a look at a brand new one. So you can see a brand new one. The difference between where my finger is and the tread that's showing on that tire is about what's been used off of it. Because when I come back over here and rest my finger in there, it's about even. So these tires are in great shape. Moving around to the passenger side, or the driver's side rear, wheels in excellent shape, tires, tread's great. As I run my hand over the tire, there's no cupping. I drove this a mile down the road and there's no shimmying, no shakes. The Jeep does not walk. It doesn't feel like you're driving a dump truck like some of these do, especially when you put cheap tires on them. And it's all because of these tires right here. You do get your, you get what you spend your money on for sure. Or you get what you pay for, rather. But wheels are 5's a perfect score for the wheels. 5 out of 5 on the wheels and tires. So getting the shot underneath, there's no rust whatsoever on this vehicle. Looks like our guys went ahead and did an undercoat, as we do with all of our Jeeps, trucks, and SUVs as they go through our detail department. And here's a shot of the inside. As I stick my head inside and smell, very neutral smell. All I smell is the leather from the seats. There are Jeep all-weather floor mats throughout the entire vehicle. There's no wear on the steering wheel or the buttons. And just look how clean. Little to no wear on the driver's seat. These little tiny lines that you see here is because the clearance to get up in this Jeep is about 3.5 feet. And so you just slide over this bolster time and time and time again, and it constantly pushes it down. So you're gonna get little lines in the leather no matter how few of miles But if you're somebody who gets to get up and slide across that bolster, it's gonna cause a little bit of wear, so. All weather mats through the back. Seats, the rear seats look like they were never sat in. It's that clean inside. And just the little things when you look down here at the carpet and the floor pan and some of the plastics, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, really nobody ever sat back here. Getting a view of all of the instrument cluster, the radio, the HVAC controls, the four-wheel drive shift, the gear shift, and the dashboard. Just from the back seat here, so you can take it all in. The top's in great shape. And then if we zoom in, I thought this was cool. Here's all those light controls, but you got bumper lights, windshield lights, LED bar, and then you have death ray, grenade launcher, and the eject passenger eject button. Let me go ahead and turn the Jeep on so you can see them illuminate. This vehicle does come with 2 sets of keys. $21,000 miles. You know, as I'm filming this video, this Jeep looks like it has less than 21,000 miles in person. Really, it shows like a vehicle with 5,000 or 10,000 miles. You have XM radio. It looks like you already have a subscription for that. FM radio. Let's see here. Onboard navigation. Menu, navi. Can unlock maps. Hide nav. You may need a nav card, but this is what I wanted to show you. So you have your bumper lights, which you can see those coming up right there. Windshield lights, which are these lights right here, the rigid. These are the PIA. Those are the rigid. This light bar, you don't have a light bar on this, so it's basically an open switch, as are these. So you can make these whatever you want. Trying to think if there's anything else. Has the owner's manual, the wheel lock kit in there, the Jeep tool kit, which is very nice. Gives you all your Allen keys and a little socket set. Some of the things you get with the Rubicon, you do have a power inverter, heated seats, downhill acceleration control. This is to adjust your mirrors, four-wheel drive shift on the floor. You come over here and here's your off-road package, sway bar and axle lock. So those are really, really nice to have. Go ahead and cut this off. And we'll close this video up with a shot of the motor. Trying to operate this with one hand. And there you are. Exceptionally clean. You can see the wires back here. Pretty clean install with everything. You just run the wires for the lights right across the back there. Trying to do this one-handed. And there you have it. This is probably almost 30 years in the car business. This is one of the nicest 2015s I've seen in a very, very long time. If you're looking for a Jeep that is lightly used, has a lot of cool upgrades and OEM upgrades like the Rubicon package, this thing's ready to go. You can put it on the beach. You can put it in a mud puddle. It has all the capability that you'll need and a lot of cool bolt-on adds that you won't have to spend money to do. We used to buy stock Jeeps as a company, and we would put them in our shop, and we do tires, lifts, wheels, leather on the inside, bumpers, you name it. and we'd spend 15, 20, and in some cases $20,000 on our upgrades, and you just never get the return. We had to stop doing it that way because we just weren't getting the return of what the builds cost. The best way to find to get them now is just to buy them and let somebody else put a lot of the upgrades on here. The Jeep Wrangler is the most upgraded vehicle. You can still go nuts and spend $25,000 on this one, as good as it looks, but this thing is ready to go. Condition wise, if 5's a perfect score, exterior, it's a 4.8, 4.9 out of 5. Interior is a 5.0 out of 5. And if I had to criticize anything on this vehicle, it's got a little scuff on the bottom part of the top right here, and then I guess just maybe some yellowing. You have some yellow. If you don't know anything about Jeeps, they make these hinges out of very cheap pot metal, and as they get wet and stuff, they sweat a little bit of iron and, you know, rust out of these areas of these hinges, and you can get some yellowing right here. I've never seen a white Jeep that doesn't have it, but I mean, like I said, that's really reaching and picking this thing apart. This is an exceptional Jeep. I'd be happy to put this in my own driveway. If you have any questions about purchasing this Jeep, or if you'd like to move forward, give us a call back, 540-654-5200. We all work as a team here. Anybody can help you. Thank you.